So for the last two videos, I've been started telling you a story and I got off track. Told you a story about how Michael and I came into things coming out of the world in 2012. And then we both voted for Trump for various reasons, for goodness reasons, but we were, iffy. He was a little more at that time in 2016, he was still deeply politically based. And though I was not, he and I still both voted for Trump. And he voted for Trump for all the right reasons. And so did I. Mine was anti-abortion and 10% what if he really is for real. And I explained to him that watching Hillary, I'll find the video for you. RSE, no more Catholic bias. Look at that, they took it down. I think I've got it. I think they re-uploaded it somewhere else. Hang on. I opened every one of them. Boom, 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 boom. This one, that one, that one, that one. I guess they were all the same and they're all gone. It was by RSE. So let's try it real quick. Hang on. See if they're still up. A very popular. Let's go Donald Trump. Bummer. Well, they surely removed the good stuff, don't they? 59.1 thousand subscribers. They'll remove the good stuff. But it showed Donald Trump and Hillary with the Bishop of New York. It was during this time that
Cole, he's my miracle child.
I realized that we had been had by Trump because he was
Timothy Dolan is my name. I happen to be the Archbishop.
He was backing
New York, and I'm talking to you from what has been the home of the Archbishops of New York for the past 100 before. And I just want to say that the end of the pen slavery, the workers who raised up.
This is October 1st, 2020. That's when I dumped Trump. It was right after the election, before his inauguration. And I had come across those two videos. I came across those two videos, which were by Angel White and Logic Before Authority, exposing Donald Trump as the Antichrist. And they've both been removed. Of course, Angel White's and Angel White Reborn has them in bits and pieces. And I got off track and forgot to finish this story for you. But I then realized that the movie Donnie Darko was in my DVD player stood for Donald Darkness, which I was wrong. It's Donald Darkened, for the right eye utterly darkened. It's about the moment that he receives his crown and his right eye will be utterly darkened. And that's meshing Zechariah 11:17 along with Revelation. Had other things in my mind. Sorry, my mind's all over the place. Revelation chapter 6 verses 1 and 2. And no, I'm not on caffeine. Just had a lot of good sleep. So that was in late 2016, but by mid 2017, through those videos, I realized he was the Antichrist. I knew it was a mistake too, but I just considered him Illuminati. I did it at the end of 2016 when I saw this video of him
Suddenly decided when I ran for president.
So this is the No More Catholic Bias speech, and I will, this is when he's joking with Hillary, and but this is his speech. And so I'll put it down there, and I need to watch it again myself, I guess. He puts his hand up. Again, they're just having a party. The night before, he was doing the lock her up stuff. And this is Hillary's full roast of Donald Trump. Same night. They just roast each other. This stuff is fun to them. They are laughing. But Michael said that he came out of it all in 2020 when he locked us down. And so my point is that there were events that shook both Michael and I in different ways that brought us out of the world and into the truth. And then the Lord led him to my channel, and it's just been simpatico ever since. But this is my point for all this. There's defining moments. Like in 2012, when I watched Know Your Enemy, I told Michael that story when I came across, and Know Your Enemy is Know Your Enemy is by, what's their name? I'll key in full documentary. But it's by, there it is. Cali, y'all, that never comes up. That's the whole 10 hours. And 10 hours and 45 minutes. I bought the DVDs, and that was my defining moment of coming out of the world the same year Michael did, 2012. That's when things changed for him. And he really, I like what he said. He said that was just kind of this defining moment of time where a lot of things, a lot of people became awake. And let me see here. Part 1, the 4 kingdoms. So when we got into the Catholic Church,
and an infamy.
It was on that day, I think it was April 13th, that I said, I'm quitting the Catholic Church and I'm quitting astrology. I know where I got my astrology was from the Catholic Church. I just thought it was good because I thought the Catholic Church was good.
Once captured, Christians were thrown to lions for.
And so and then I told you it takes 5 parts through the Jesuits. And it takes you through the other secret societies, the FMs, and there's the Jesuit order right there.
From gazing upon this object, but when the object vanished, he became disconsolate. Here we see the
So he's going over Loyola, who founded the Jesuits.
period. Loyola had a nervous breakdown as he struggled to come to terms with the end of his army career.
So it was from this documentary in 2012, The Lord Brought Me Out of the World. And that was a defining moment. And then Michael's defining moment was when he locked down the country. And my other defining moments were Trump backing the church over there in Rome. Other defining moments was watching Logic Before Authority's video. And again, you would just have to go to my main channel. I will put it down in the I will put it also in the comment. Antichrist Part 1. Why Part 1 wouldn't pop up first, I have no idea. There it is. So that way you don't get the playlist link, you get the actual video link. I'll put that down in the comment too. And you will see the angel white. You know, it's long video. Watch it on your TV and take your time with it, and watch 15 minutes a day or 20 minutes, just whenever you can, but finish it. It's very ghetto because I got this camera sitting on my desk. It's a tiny camera, it's a tripod. And that's how I was doing videos at the time. But defining moments were those videos that I use in that video. And I tell everybody that there's going to come upon two defining moments for the church. One, when the book of Revelation is open and the Antichrist receives his deadly wound. A lot of people that have been told who he is, they're going to get the call through World War III. The sheep are going to start getting the call. Just like Michael and I started getting the call, not through our own intelligence. It was God's exact plan at that exact time. Michael was called at a much younger age than I was. I was much older. So, look how long it took me. Well, that was God's plan. I mean, 2012, I was basically 50. Yeah, I was still 50 years old. About to turn 51 in a few months. Well, Michael's not even in his 50s. He came out when he was a young man. So it doesn't matter how old you are. It has nothing to do with your intellectual prowess. It has everything to do with God's plan and when he calls you. And many will be called during the World War III. The four horses of the apocalypse. The rest will be called to the abomination of desolation when he has seemingly returned from the dead. The rest of the church. And when the rest of the Gentile church is awakened, the grafted in Jews, per Romans 11. Per Romans 11:25, when the fullness of the Gentiles be come in, that's when the remnant will awaken. Just like that. And they will flee Judea, just like Jesus told them to. And not all of the remnant of the bloodline are in Judea. They'll be all around the world. But then the remnant of the bloodline will be awakened. So that was my point that I never finished, is that there are defining moments for all of us. We can all point to them. It's not a voice that speaks to us. It's very rare these things happen in dreams. What it is a gut punch right to the stomach, right to your heart, and it's right. Your brain just says, I'm stopping this, I'm quitting this, I'm doing this, I now believe this, I now believe that. Boom. All right. And what was the other thing I wanted to tell y'all? This is hilarious. Is this Trump thing that I put out there, where he says it is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. And I equated, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So Trump is saying it's better to live as like Satan than it is to be one of God's sheep. Because Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice and I know them and they follow me. One day is a lion, then 100 years is a sheep, he said. Well, look at the 3:13 a.m. or 3:13, which portals over to November 9th, but portals back to, which is day 313, which portals back to March 13th. But that's the day that he made the big announcement. Notice the time of 3:13 when it was made. So on 3:13 of 2020 was when he broke the news to the USA about their plight. All the world's a stage. So yeah, wanted to throw that in too. Very super interesting. All right, love y'all.